Trouble, that's me. Lipsticks and bruises gotta be your energy. I don't know how I did it, but I got you automatic. Yeah. I don't know why. I just was random. Like, I was randomly scrolling and I saw the Live More video come up again, and it gives it's funny I said Liv Aguilera. It gave me a vibes of Chrissy Aguilera when I was singing it, but more auto tune and more and a lot less water, especially the dirty. Well, less dirty. I'm gonna say that. Anyway, welcome to this Weevil Wednesday, May 27th, 2026, episode 4, of the D-Lo show. Or 400? Is this 4? I think it's 4. We in the 400s, damn it. I can't think of the damn numbers. But 400. Let's get into it real quick. Alright, so the Knicks, they advanced to the finals for the first time since 2000. I was a wee lad the last time it was in the finals. A wee lad. A wee. But they get their second straight sweep, and they won now 11 straight postseason games. And they won this one comfortably 130-93. Good gravy. They was up double digits made the whole game from wire to wire. So it was basically wire to wire victory. Everybody ate, got some exercise except for Soap Chan. And everybody scored except for Diarra. Or Diarra. That's how I say it, whatever. But they had 6 guys in double figures. Lever Carthy tells he had 19 points, 14 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. OG and Inoue, 17 and 7 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals. Jalen Brunson Burner, 15 and 5 assists. Michael Bridges, 15 and 5 assists. Landry Shamet, 16 on the bench with a steal. Miles McBride, 11 points and 3 steals. They was on fire, 19 and 43 from the Currylands. Shit, Josh Hart, he had 11 boards, 6 points, 6 assists, 2 steals. Mitch Robinson had 10 points 10 boards and 8 points, a steal. He was close to a double himself. And the Knicks, man, look, man, I'm a little worried, because the Knicks gonna be relaxed. They gonna be cooling. And my Thunder, we still got a battle in our hands with the Spurs. But I think we can get it done. So yeah, Knicks chill. All of the New York niggas, and we're like not far from New York, so I get all their team timeline stuff. That's Twitter, whatever the heck. I get all that, so I'm gonna see a lot of niggas getting a lot of attention and love, which is good because they niggas haven't won since the damn 70s, bro. I was like, they have a longer drop than the freaking Wizards, which I found interesting. I looked it up and was doing my research. This was like when I found out years back. Oh, at least we got a championship. At least the Wizards got a championship. Unlike a lot of franchises. Well, a multitude of franchises, to be honest. The next thing they won since my parents was at elementary school. And I was like way back in the early 70s. So next, good for them. They've been a back to back twice, more other times. 94. I wasn't created yet. I think it was the year OJ. I think it was the year OJ he was doing the chase. And I remember, I remember seeing one where they was watching they had the game on NBC, and then the Chasers had it during the game, and they switched over like picture in picture with the Chase and the freaking in the game one. I was like, that's freaking hilarious. They niggas had a picture back in '94. Oh my god, that was hilarious. So I knew that was the case. At least they had picture. At least it's not a new concept. It's a concept that's been implemented in other environments. A tangent, but the Knicks they move on. We'll wait. We're coming for you, New York. Just so you know. As for the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, he led the way, 31 points, 4 boards, and a steal. He's kind of one that was kind of doing his thing that game. Evan Mobley had 15 and 7 boards, 4 assists, and a steal. He's okay. And Harden, he had 12 points, 4 boards. 4 boards, and of course, he ain't shoot well again. And had more turnovers and field goals made, which sucks. Uh, hey, Thomas Bryant got a lot of exercise. He had 10 points on the bench. Got a lot of extra burn. But no Larry Nance Jr. though. He can't get no exercise. Just sit there and be athletic, Larry. Keep you on the bench. Let's do that. So I guess. Um, so the Cavaliers do from here. I give them an A- for at least getting to the conference finals, y'all. I went the long way to get these conference finals and then got swept out of it. So we'll give A- for getting it far. Donovan Mitchell finally got past the second round. He was about to get engaged being compared to Chris Paul and compared to see how long it takes for him to get to the conference finals. So we don't have to deal with that stuff no more. Honestly, they really let guard play. And I know Hard's going to kind of come back. He's either Hard going to go stay with the Cavs or go somewhere and try to be a third option. I honestly think Hard need to be 6-man work. We need to go back to 6-man Harden work. Him come on the bench, be a scorer. Because him as a facilitator, it's not bad, but he ain't the same as he used to be. And he's sharing more. They was hunting this brother uh, expeditiously, especially Jalen Brunson. He was burning. He was cooking him. And it's not like Harden's ever a great defense, but it's mainly because he's a liability on defense. And still taking solid still. He's still finding guys and stuff. But I think he needs to go to 6-man role. They need to find a point guard. I know in this era they don't like traditional point guards no more. But they need somebody to control the pace of it because there was times where the offense was very stagnant and they really was trying to do too much ISO ball. And I know Harden's one of the best ISO players that we've had in the game, but in the playoffs, they're gonna clamp on that ISO game way more because they have way more eyes on you as the games get tighter. So they need to find some guards and find some ball handlers, man. If they can find some ball handlers, I think they'll be okay. I would say also some size. They need some size. They was looking. They got the starting front court packed, but their backup big man, they don't even have any. I mean, Thomas Bryant played his most minutes of the series, and this is only because it was getting their ass blown out. That was the only reason he got a lot of time. So I will look for some size. I need to get some backup bigs to back up Allen and Mobley, and I'll look for some guards. So like ball handlers to control the pace. Those are the two things I really focus on the Cavs front office. I mean, you got the wings, you got defenders. I will try to bring Keon Ellis back. Shooter, he's okay, but I'd rather have someone that can really facilitate. I know it's hard as I do, but a little bit better. I've been also hearing a lot of LeBron might come back to the Cavs, which it won't surprise me because there's only like a select couple, like there's only 3 places, maybe 4 that he can really go. He can either stay in LA, go to Cleveland, and have your retirement tour there. I'm seeing a lot of DC, and I'm like, I wouldn't hate it. It'd be freaking hilarious. really freaking hilarious. I wouldn't hate it. If you kind of awkward as hell, you gotta take a pay cut, bro, because my nigga, you not gonna get paid 50 million like you was getting in LA. You better take that 10 million. You better take that 10 million mid-level exception and be Gucci bandana. Get your nice little loft in DC. Take that 10 million mid-level exception and be okay with that for 1 year rental. That's how we doing it, bro. That's how we doing. If you ain't doing that, bro, don't come down here. Don't come down DC. Don't do it. Don't want you to take a pay cut. We don't got the punt funds like the other franchises do. We're in the rebuilding period. And the only fourth place I can really see is probably another contender. Like I've been seeing Golden State. I'm like, ew, Unction Part 3 or Part 4, because it's like, yeah, Unction Part 4, because you had Jimmy, you had Steph, LeBron, and Jimmy Butler. Oh my God, that would be some weird Unction type of things that happen in my career when you're 4 years in your career and LeBron is still around. But but the Cavs want to host LeBron. That's the only place I can see really having a real shot at a retirement tour because Cleveland's his home base. It's kind of like me and DC. I have DC teams in basketball. In basketball, I have DC teams, but I'm like an hour away. Similar to that. Um, so guys, be smart as all season. So just get some size, and that's it. All right, let's go to the other side. Thunder versus Spurs. We lost game 4 in a blowout fashion, 1-3-8-2. It's not good. But we did bounce back last night, coming back home and won nicely, 127-114. Very high scoring. We pulled away in the second quarter. We was up 69-58 at half. We maintained throughout and played good defense in the fourth to win that one, and we won by that score. SGA, he led the way, 32 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Should have 7-19 from the field. Yeah, a little kid. Little But 16 and 17 from the free throw line. That was a lot of free throws. I might fall asleep during that because there was a lot of free throws a lot of times. So I don't remember playoff games getting called this many fouls back when I was growing up. I was watching compilation of Melo and Kobe when they was going in the playoffs in 09. And they was bumping each other, trying to find position, get in front of the other dude. And I'm like, if they play like this nowadays, they would call fouls on both offsetting fouls. Maybe a technical nowadays. They the way they was bumping and moving around each other, I'm like, bro, they'll call a tech on both of them. Both men had to shoot free throws, and then they'll have to do a jump ball after the fact. So that's how y'all saw this game is gone. But Jan McCain was a big part of the start. He got the start instead of because AJ Mitchell's down and J Dub is down. So we put Jerry McCain in. He's not energized me off the bench, but he came. I energized his 2 guard. He had 20 points. He shot the same 7-19, but he didn't get the line at SGA. But at least he made his curry bomb, so we'll be okay. Chet and Hardenstein both had double doubles each. Chet had 16, 11 boards still in the block, and Hartenstein had 12 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists in the block. Nice. And Caruso, I didn't think Caruso they could fill it up like this tomorrow. But he had 22 off the bench, 6 assists, 3 steals. He came out 6-man. He came out and made 6-man work this series. He's really stepped up in the scoring department and he's had to because AJ he wasn't looking too good the first couple games. Then he got hurt in I think game 4. and he ain't been right. So he stepped up humongously. Cambridge got some extra burn, which is good. He stepped up good. Kason's always good off the bench. He's our backup Lou Dort, funny enough, because they are similar to each other. Really are. And it's not just because they have dreadlocks, because they're the same style. Actually, he's like a bench Dort, just a few inches shorter. Wait, how tall? Wait, how tall is Dort? How tall? You like 6'4", right? Yeah, 6'4". How tall Casey? Oh, look, they go to same school? Oh no, they ain't go to same school. But they're very similar to each other, regardless. Either way, so I like that. Um, and even though Dort was in, anyway, for the other side for the Spurs, Stephon Cassie had 24 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, 3 steals. Julian Champagny, he had 22, 8 boards, 3 steals. He was getting hot in the first half, but they didn't really go to him a lot in the second half. He ain't took a lot of shots in the second half. In the first half, he had like 14, 15. Ashton Curry bonds all over the place. In the second half, he just disappeared like a ghost somewhat. Wemby, he had 20 and 6 boards, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. If we keep away from the paint, I think we did good. Because we clamped down the paint. We kind of do like I'm not going to say a boxing one, but whenever he got a high post, we had like 2, 3 guys collapse and make sure to kick it out to others. Like Champagne's or Fox, maybe Vasil. You make sure to do that stuff. Tennessee was different with Wemby because we kept him out of the paint. He kept shooting a lot. Which I'm like, thank God we're in this era where, where they encourage 7-footers to shoot curry bombs instead of getting the paint and be fucking post move like Hakeem Olajuwon or get a hook shot like a King. So I'm thankful this era we don't have those. I mean, King's still around. He's still. And I would not be surprised if I was teaching the lateral movement, Wemby. You got the lateral, but you have no movement. I will get you with the lateral movement, and you would be effective. So we don't got that. Um, Keldon Johnson, he's there with 6-man work, 15 points, 4 boards, and everybody got exercise except Lindy Waters, the third. And it's still fuck Kelly Olynyk, damn it. Oh, Harrison ain't getting no burn. Oh, Harrison ain't get a lot of burn. Well, we gotta tie that tall son bitch out. If we tie his tall ass out, then we won't have to worry about things. We have a game tomorrow. A whole week to finish it off in Santos to get a few days extra rest because the finals start the 3rd. Yep. On a Wednesday? Really? It's usually on Thursday. Oh my god, it's so lame. Oh my god. Nigga, the game should be. Oh, it's probably that's the 3rd. But they always be on the Thursday. Game won't be on Thursday. Game 2 be on Sunday. Whatever, fam. Hey, man. As long as I gotta see that freaking FanDuel or DraftKings logos or tell me this game is presented by whatever the fuck thing, then we're good. But that'll never happen. Because we're too deep in this thing. And people need money, I guess. All right. So, oof. Well, Oscar, we'll just make picks for the WNBA. Got a lot of games tonight on this one. So we'll go. All right, we got the Liberty and the Mercury in New York City. Liberty at 3-4, and the Phoenix is 2-5. I know Liberty had some issues. I know Sabley, she missed the first few games. I see she cut her hair. I'm thinking, baby girl. I understand alopecia, but damn, baby, I ain't, I ain't expect that. I ain't expect about the crew here. I don't got a problem with it, but it threw me off when I saw. I was like, wait, what her hair? I was like, oh, I must have not been paying attention that day and seen that she cut it off because I saw it. I was like, wait, are you sure that's her? Then I saw, oh yeah, that's my baby. That's her. She just cut her hair off, which mm, anything. Um, I know Sabrina will be back tonight because they did. There's no back to backs for them, so I'm gonna go with the Liberty. I'm gonna go with them. And Osali said, I really want to play Mercury this week. I'm like, okay, so you can get revenge on their asses. All right, next we have Chicago Sky hosting Toronto Tempo. Tempo's doing well so far, 3-4 in their franchise. They had the first 2-game winning streak, then they lost 2 in a row, which just happens. In Chicago, they're 3-3. They still got my baby Skylar Diggins. I wish Ricky was around with this nice, delicious duo, but she tore ACL, which is so tragic. But that's her thing. She'll be okay. Yeah. As long as Camilla can glow out and become an all-star this year, I think it'll be a nice consolation prize. So I'm gonna go with the Sky, get the victory. Yeah. So I think Chicago lost last time out. Because it was on Saturday. It was on CBS, and they lost to the Lynx. So see if they can bounce back and get a dub and get over 500. If I say Liberty lost, they lost to the Portland Fire. It was 4-3. Shout out to them. All right, next we had the Minnesota Lynx. This was also USA. They're gonna take on the Atlanta Dream. They're 4-1, looking good so far. I'm liking them I like the lineup, the starting 5. And when Bree Jones gets back, they're gonna be really set. So I like how Atlanta's looking. They got the scores for it. They really upgraded Angel Reese over Brittany Griner because Griner is getting older. Reese is younger and more vibrant and can guard 3-4 positions at most. Maybe 5. I don't know. She could guard bigs. She could guard 4s. And she can switch off on point guards when they do pick and rolls and stuff. So they needed some youth in that front court, so that helps. Can't have 2 big lumbering bulls down there just banging and banging and banging repeatedly. So, and for the Lynx, they're holding it down without Nafisa Collier. The 4-2 Tasha Howe, she playing like she's back in her old All-Star days. Shout out to Tasha on that one. I'm gonna go to Dream. They're more solidified now, and Ryan and Alicia, they're back. Well, Ryan's back from her 1-game absence, and they seem more solidified. Shy Olivia Miles too. You run the point. Looking good so far. I wish we drafted her, but it's okay. We weren't that pick. We weren't at that pick. All right, 2 teams. Now we're on the West Coast. We had the Portland Fire and the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut finally get their first win against Seattle team. They won game 1 on the last Wednesday, 80-78, but lost the second game, their 2-game series, on Friday, 77-59. So at least they got their first win, but it's not been good for them to start the year. They're 1-7. I think they're taking for Juju, if I'm not mistaken. That probably the thing they want to get down to Houston, because I did see that they moving the team to Houston beat Comets. So the Comets are coming back. So Connecticut, your area is done. The Mohegan Sun Arena will now host another WNBA basketball game after 2028 or 2027, one of those years. It's not gonna be long. This might be the last season at that arena. Either way, need some more minutes so she can get some more production for her. Everybody else, I could care less. Aaliyah's okay, but needs some real. Need to get some PT for her. And for the Portland Fire, 4-3, we mentioned them. They took out a former champion in the New York Liberty that were champions a couple years ago. The expansion team, new excuse me, new home for people to make a name for themselves. Like it. I'm gonna go with Portland, and I guess the Motor Center is still rocking during the off season for the Blazers. Now, if they're not in the Motor Center or the Rose Center, I don't know where they at. They're gonna need to tell me something. They're gonna need to tell the damn arena whatever they're reading. Oh, they are in the Motor Center. Good. It looked like the Motor Center. It good. It was. I wasn't tripping. Yeah. And last but not least, we have DC and Seattle take on the Storm. We lost to them on Sunday night, 97-85. It was down most of the game. We tried to make a comeback at the end, but it was too little, too late. It was too far behind. All right. Um, DC we're 2-3. Like I said, I like our front court. Our front court is good. I like the guys we have. Of course, Kiki, Song, Shakir, Long Bets. She's okay. She's on well as a backup big. Cody McMahon, I like her. She can be a good energizer, maybe I like Lou Williams or score off the bench, Jamal Crawford type. I like that. She can bring. I was wondering. I was like, we needed one of those. We need a bench scoring, and she can provide that for sure. And then occasionally start, spot start. There you go. That's the word. Spot start. So I'm good with that. We really need to get our guards. So I'm hoping we can get Hidalgo down in DC. If we get her down there, ooh, baby, we're gonna be cooking. We're cooking with grease. So we just need some guard work. So how about Georgia? Georgia's solid is the point, but we need more. We lost a lot of Jay's gonna play the old team, which I don't got a problem with Jay. She stayed, she'd be cool, but maybe we might need to get Sugg or something to help out our guard position. That's up to them. So, and for Seattle, 3-4, not bad. They haven't had Malonga for the last week because of the concussion protocol. So, which cool, but they did get the third pick, our fam or something. She made her debut and she seems like a good player for them. She can be a good asset for them. So she can hold it down while the other girls get back from their injury. And I think Ezzy's gonna be back. They said June, which is almost June, which is probably mid June. It's about that. Oh no. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I was looking fast and Kiki Rice got taken off. Like, you son of a bitch. You literally just did that. Anyway, hmm. Yeah, so Milan's still out for concussion protocol. We'll see if she can come back. Yeah, our fam. That's what I thought. There you go. Oh, this one got a picture of her up here. It's fucking weird. But DC, we should get the dub. I'm logging Flage on the as a score for them. She needs to work on efficiency, but she gets all the other attributes. She can score, she can rally, she play defense. She can set her girls out every once in a while. She got it all. She got the package. So we'll see how that goes. But we need to take care of business. And then 2 games on Amazon tomorrow, Thursday. We had the Aces and the Dallas Wings. We have Asia versus Paige. We're going with the Aces. And the Fever and the Valkyries. The Valkyries beat these girls, Fever, a couple times. And I always had a discussion about on Twitter how if you throw multiple bodies at CC, you can disrupt it. So I see they still got those bodies to disrupt CC. Get the win. I'm gonna go with the Fever, so I gotta lead. And there's that. I need to make a move. Feel like I need to make a move. Oh, I guess we're gonna play till Friday. Let me see if I can get some ads tonight. As a restriction, we're not gonna deal with that crap. Yeah, we're gonna worry about that later. And shout out to Tisha Hydeman. I still forgot. I forgot to give her a shot. She might be the most improved woman or player of the year. Cause why don't they do six? Why they do 6 player of the year? I know because they want to be inclusive. I'm like, yeah, y'all got a bunch of bitches. Oh, because of that one Clarendon chick, she wanted to be 6 player of the year. I don't know. I'll be shy they have a transgender on there. What you know I won't. That feels better. That feels a lot better. See, that feels a lot better. Alright. Let's go to baseball with Click. We got some scores that happened earlier today, and we got some games that still need to happen tonight. Okay, the games that went final. The Brewers beat the Cardinals 2-1. They was pitching no hitter. They was giving me all kinds of lists about Dustin May pitching no hitter through 8. And they got to the 8th, and they got to him. The only run the Cardinals could bust up was Brian Torres RBI triple. And the 2 RBIs, the 2 runs to the Brewers came in the 8th. Christian Young to the RBI single to tie the game up. They got him out there. But Mason Wynn overthrows the first baseman, and it way over his head, and it goes into the crowd. And Sal Frelick scores from second to get his boys a lead. Excuse me. And then Trevor Miguel get his 6th save of the season. And Aaron Ashby, he's been really reliable in the bullpen. He got his 9th win of the season as a bullpen guy. So good luck. If you need anybody, you need Ashby. You need Ashby to get you right. Yeah, I was looking at Dusty. Yeah, they kept alarming that he went 7 strong with no hits. And Dusty did well. He was 7 strong, 2 hits, 1 earned, 9 Ks. He was doing really good. I just ain't get enough run support. And it was a 4-pitch effort from Tim Patrick. Am I right? Oh, Chad. Johan, Ashby, and Miguel. So, team effort. All right, Guardians beat the Nationals in Cleveland 3-2. Gavin wins. He's doing more work as he gets his 8th win this season so far. He was really good. He went 7 strong to get 3 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks, and 2 walks. And Cade Smith got his 19th save of the season, so he's really good. Really good for them. CJ Abrams gets to go and started bringing James Woods for RBI double to make it 1-0. Jose hit a sac vice fly to tie it up. Then Chase the Lauder and Angel Martinez drove an RBI singles and make it 3-1. Um, Dalen Lyle hit a sacrifice fly to make it 3-2, but they could not get another run outside of that sacrifice fly. So, I mean, right, and the Guardians, they keep rolling. And DC league over 500, just a shot at them. I'm good. And another low scoring game. All these low scoring. Blue Jays beat the Marlins in Toronto 2-1. Okay. Um, Jeff Hoffman, he was really good in this. Well, Kevin, that's his third one out of the bullpen, and Tyler Rogers, he gets his second save this season as a relief pitcher or a setup guy. What they want to be called? Yeah, setup. Yeah, that was in the game. I don't like you know what I hate about pitchers nowadays. Yo, the Miami Marlins dude, Yuri Perez, say he only went 4 innings. He only got 3 hits. He had 9 Ks. He only went 4 innings. Maybe if you let him run a little bit more, you'd have had a W. But no, we gotta save his arms. His arm, man. He'll be all right. Man, yo, he only threw 73 pitches in 4 innings. Man, they ain't let him rock out. He could have pitched a complete game shutout. Who fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? All right. A couple games that in progress right now. We still got the Phillies that say they will take on the Padres. They just got the stretch. We're going to tie the eighth for the Phillies up 2-0. They scored 2 in the 6th. That's all they done so far. Thanks to the bat of Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner breaking the RBI single and ground out to make it 2-0. Christopher Sanchez is balling. He's going 7 shutout innings, only gave 6 hits and 9 Ks. He's been really dominant from the get go. You know, the Walker Buehler went 5 and 30, gave 2 earned. Now the bullpen's getting on the rest. See, the Phillies can hold it off. And the Diamondbacks, they're in top of the ninth against the Giants, still 3-2. Geraldo Perdomo hit a sacrifice fly to make it 2-1 or 3-2 lead as they're trailing by 2 going to 6. They made 2 in the 6th and made 1 in the 7th. So I damn it confused myself. Anyway, let's go to the holes. We are downtown. We're hosting Tampa again. This time we have Trey Gibson on the mound. He's played 2 games. His first time against New York, he didn't get out the 5th. Last time he played was against the A's, which was on two-pot night. So he gets his second career start. Just good luck with it. And on the side for the Tampa Bay is Steven Matz. He's 4-1 the year, 3.70 ERA, 41 innings, 33 strikeouts. Let's go O's. We need to win and keep catalyzing momentum. Kind of a little bit better recently. Give her a dance. Give her a dance. All right. Next, we have the Angels and Tigers in Detroit baseball. The mound for the Tigers is Casey Mize. He's 2-3 at a 2.4 ERA, 43 innings, 42 strikeouts. And on the Angels, they have Jose Soriano. He's 6-3 on the year, 2.44 ERA, 66 innings, 74 strikeouts. We're going with the Angels. They both had the same record, 21-34. Yeah. Next, we had the Pirates and Cubs in Pittsburgh. Both had the same record, 29-26. He's trying to get 30 in this bitch. On the mound for the Pirates is Bubba Chandler. He's 1-6 with a 4.60 ERA, 47 innings, 47 strikeouts. And for the Cubs, they have Jameson Taillon. He's 2-4 with 5.20 ERA, 55 innings, 47 strikeouts. We're going with the Cubs. Next, we have the Braves and Red Sox in Bostonia. For the Red Sox, they have Connolly Early. He's 4-2 with a 3.33 ERA, 54 innings, 50 strikeouts. God damn. Todd Connolly McNeil Early. That's a long ass name. And from the mound for the Braves is Bryce Elder. He's 4-2 to 197, 68 innings, 60 strikeouts. We're going with the Braves. Next, we have the Reds and the Mets in New York City. For the Mets, they have Huascar Brazoban, veteran. He's 3-1 to 173 ERA, 26 innings, 19 strikeouts. And for the Reds, they have Andrew Abbott Elementary. He's 4-2 to 3.97 ERA, 56 innings, 38 strikeouts. We'll go with the Reds. You have audacity to give me that nonsense. Next, we have the Twins and White Sox. The Twins trying to get to 500. The White Sox trying to stay over 500. Let's get to 500. We'll get over 500. As they're 27-27. For the White Sox, they have David Sandlin, who make his major league debut. He's 6'4", 215 pounds. He's from Oklahoma, and he's repped University of Oklahoma. So local kid, he's going up north to go to the south side, I guess. Look at that. And for the Twins, it's Connor Prielip. He's 1-2 to 4.3 ERA, 20 innings, 30 strikeouts. Both young bulls. We're gonna go with the White Sox. The Yankees and Royals in Kansas City. On the mound for Kansas City is Noah Cameron. He's 2-3 to 4.72 ERA, 47 strikeouts, 47 innings, 44 strikeouts. And on the mound for the Yankees is Garrett Cole. He came back last start from Tommy John surgery. He's ready to chef these boys up. So let's see what he does in the second start as a Yankee. We'll go with the Yankees. Boo. Next, we have the Astros and the Rangers in Texas. For the Rangers, they have Jacob deGrom. He's 3-4 in a year, 3.86 ERA, 53 innings, 64 strikeouts. He just needs one more win to get to 100 in his career. Can he get that tonight? For the Astros is Mike Burrows. He's 2-6 with a 5.75 ERA, 56 innings, 48 strikeouts. We're gonna go with the Rangers. Jacob, get yours. And last but not least, Rockies and Dodgers in Los Angeles. Ooh, got an interesting matchup. We have a Japanese-born starting pitcher matchup between Shohei Ohtani. He's 4-2 with a .73 ERA, 49 innings, 54 strikeouts. And a guy used to be with us, Tomoyuki Sugano. He's 4-3 to 3.86 ERA, 53 innings, 28 strikeouts. We need him back in Baltimore, but I don't blame him for not coming back. But Colorado is not going to be a good result for you. But anyway, we're going with the Dodgers any freaking way because we're going to win. All right. Let's get this weekend's pay-per-views and then we'll get up out of here. Saturday night's main event. I feel like I've done a lot of predictions with the two shows. It's making me miss. And I missed it on here, which sucks. But anyway, we had Rhea Charlexa taking on Jade B. Fabamichi. First of all, B. Fab finally gets some weekend wrestling burn for the first time. Real shit, I think. Yeah, it's the first time wrestling on not a Monday and Friday that is on a weekend. So shout out to her. They look good this one. I actually kind of like this. And Jade pins Rhea. Mm, clean in the middle of the ring. Good girls. Yeah, Misha, she did. Misha's always been good as a wrestler. So she held it down. They had a nice little counter. It was like a little powerbomb counter. It was kind of cool. But pretty good match. We gave $3.50. So good. I thought I was getting spoiled when I saw we had 5 matches on the card for Saturday main event. And I was okay. We got this one. Becky and Sol Ruka for the non-title match. Becky attacked Sol off the rip. But it was the end that made everything weird. So Sol was got to go for Soul Snatcher. And Becky pushed the ref Jessica Carr in the way. How does she always get to ref Becky's matches? But she tried to hit the Soul Snatch and then hit Jessica in the face. It looked all weird. I watched it like 4 or 5 times. I was like, she tried to make the flip, but didn't go. And Jessica ate it in like her chest and chin and all that. I was like, what the hell? But she called for the bell and it was a DQ and Soul won because of that. So, boom. That was bullshit. -$2. I didn't think this would be the case, but -$2. Sorry, so next you have Penta versus Eagle for the IC title. That's a good match. Eagle took the turnbuckle off both corners. Penta ate the first one, but Penta was able to resilient power out. While Eagle, when he hit the turnbuckles, he hit his head, and they hit the Canadian Destroyer for the win and retain. It was a good match. $3.65. I don't expect a lot of title changes to happen on these shows, so I wasn't really looking for a title change. And Eagle did a good showing, and Penta Salmiedo. All right, Paige and Bree taking on Jack Slash for the tag titles. The Paige and Bree experiment is still happening. I don't have a problem all the way, but I was wondering what the hell was thinking during this. But the momentum from the Jazz getting pushed on her shoulders and Paige using Bree and defeat, momentum and science and friction and all that science stuff help Bree and Paige retain the titles. I give this one $2 and $2.25. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. It was just man, it was just there. And the main event, the tag titles division, Logan Paul Austin Theory versus Street Profits for the tag titles. Yo, that it was crazy because Braun come out nowhere and try to spear Tez, but Tez leaped over him clean, and Dawkins pounced on that hoe. Every brother and sister who is a wrestler, who's a power athlete, they always get a pounce. Monty Brown, Angel Dawkins, Willow. I think Lashley had the pounce. There's a couple other ones that had the pounce too. But any strong brother, big strong brother that or sister that's an athlete or really athletic or powerful, they all got the pounce. And Dawkins, you got that too. And you pounce that man over the freaking announcer desk, which is kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious. But Dawkins, he flew over the top and landed on Logan Paul, and apparently, and with the help of Heyman, he puts the foot on the ropes, and I think he got knocked. I think Taz got knocked down, and Theory got the cover for the win. But it was revealed that Logan Paul tore his tricep in this one. And it was on that fall by Taz when Taz leaped over. I mean, not Taz. Dawkins leapt over the top rope, which I don't shock me because Sly LB's coming down on your face and all, and oof. So, and he had to get I think it was the left. I think it was the left one that he tore. So we'll see him for a while. We won't see him for a while. That sucks for him because tearing a tricep sucks. But but in doing so, they used the Freebird rule, and Braun is one half the tag champs. Cool. Um, I get this one $4 because it was like the only match that kind of was like had an OMG moment that made like, oh, they got it too. Mm, but that's the only reason it got $4. But outside of that, eh, we should have had Street Fighters retained just for shits and giggles. Win the titles for that way. But it's whatever. They don't do title changes no more on Saturday main event. Well, they kept. I'm not saying this because they kept hyping up that the last time they had titles was 1992. I'm like, bro, they're in 2026, man. There are men and women that have been born, went through school, got a job, got a career possibly, and possibly have kids and they have their own kids, will have their kids. And hell, some they might have grandkids that have more title changes. All that has happened in their lives, and they haven't seen a title change on Saturday main event. So yeah. So don't really care. I'll give it a C. It's there. It's like a glorified house show. Not. I'm so glad I didn't have to pay for this shit. And my homie, he called me after and said, "Yo, what they doing this Saturday main events, bro?" And I said to him, "I don't know, man. They just it's to get a quick buck, man." I said, "Man, that shit was boring." I was like, "I don't blame you if you saying it's boring, because this is like." Nothing happens on those shows. So I'm wondering what was the point of them bringing them back if nothing groundbreaking happens. I'm thinking about this. None of the Saturday main events that they brought out the last couple year or two, nothing has happened. Nothing. Literally nothing. If you really sit and think about it, nothing has happened. At least back in the day, you get like a lit 4-way or 3-way. Some funny stuff will happen. A comedy segment, but nothing happens. I guess probably the only thing you can maybe say that happened, which was different, was when Sean HBK super kicked Kevin Owens. And that's it. Outside of that, nothing has really freaking happened on the side. Events. They yapping their mouth breathers and freaking doing their regular shit I see on the regular Monday or freaking Wednesday, I said Wednesday, Monday or Friday or Tuesday if I'm watching NXT. So yep. Um, but yeah, um, I just wish they would do more in this shit. Like if I'm in the audience and you gave me 5 matches, man. They about to kill their fan base soon, fan. Because all this, I don't know how that happened. I don't know. But yeah, all that was just generic. And can we get? I was watching. I watched a little bit of Raw, like the first few minutes. Well, when the hell when the why don't the champions do anything? The champs don't do shit. Yo, why would Bailey keep trying to fight the Judgment Day, but not the champion of the Judgment Day? They keep finding the little niggas of the Judgment Day, the henchwoman of the Judgment Day, presumably. Why don't one of them want to fight Becky? Or Liv, let's say. Why doesn't Bailey want the singles title? Why doesn't Lara want the singles title? They want the tag championships. Oh, why is that always the case? Why? Why is it whenever the champions are the champions? Especially on the women's side. I mean, on the men, they'll make some acquiesces and make some trades and behind the deal stuff. But for women, they just like, I don't know, just let's go out there and just go out there, just look fine, and accompany your girls. Like, bro, what the like, like she was we saw Liv all the time. She was gunning for the change shit against Stephanie. Once she got the title from Stephanie, we barely see her do anything else. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I just I don't get it. I don't get that thinking. You we want to put the champion on the winner, and then once you get the champion, they don't get shit. They just sit there with Purdy. It's very ass backwards thinking. Whatever. It's very odd. Yeah, and where other chicas at? I know Becky. Why Io ain't trying to go for the title? She not with Rhea no more. Her and Rhea ain't hugging no more. Why ain't she going for Liv? Like it's like weird. It's kind of odd. It's like Io's a baby face. Liv is a heel. They've gone at it. I don't get it. It's it's weird. I don't know. It's something I've noticed lately, especially on the women's side. Low Vice, the only greatest women's champion in NXT, and she retained her title against Izzy Dane. That's the only thing we care about. On this NXT, um, Sean Spears, you're a goofy. You're a legit goofball. So you made a tag match for you and Nico Vance versus OTM. Okay, it's the same night as Izzy going for the title against Lola. Okay. I don't think that's okay, but all right. At least y'all got a match. Y'all doing something. Y'all getting exercise. But then when OTM was coming out, Spears attacked them, and I said to myself, thinking, you, you, I, you, you scheduled a match last week for this week, and then you attack the niggas you supposed to have a fight with before the match. Uh, yeah, this motherfucker dumb as hell. This motherfucker dumb. What are you doing? Even had me. It had Nico and freaking Izzy all confused, like, what the hell are you doing? I was just like, and I said the same thing. The hell is this man doing? I thought you was wanting to be a tag champ, so y'all can have all the gold. This motherfucker about to get himself kicked out of his own group that he started. You big dummy, get him out of here. Hope Izzy and freaking Nico pack his ass up. And the biggest story of all be Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen, goddamn, came back. Fucking get breaks in that bitch. I don't know, something. It just he's an idiot. The Star Night is some baddies going at Kaylani versus Vince Sinclair, and Kaylani with the new attitude is now a submission specialist, so she could be the submission magician or submission gymnast. Ah, Use that nickname. I'm the submission gymnast. Because I'm the only gymnast that can put a bitch in submission. Or something like that. That could be like, now if they say that on television, I'm like, tapped in. You're tapped in. So submission gymnast. Right here first. Sugars couldn't get it done. Well, he got kicked out of the group because he's not a wrestler, like, or not a real athlete like the other three are, and he couldn't fall in line, so he had to get out. Okay, at least they explained it a little bit, which is fine. And they're going for more weapons. Sean Legacy and Dorian Van Dux went to a draw. And a speed turn took out 3 minutes. Y'all be tripping me out with be going for these big moves when there's like less than 5 seconds left. I'm like, what are you doing? Go for the fucking cover. But they ain't gonna be stupid. So whoever first later in the night would be fucking in the finals. We got some new baddies alert. Jada Parker, hi Miss Parker, fine ass, taking on Layla Diggs. She got Natty come like Natty, come along with me. I'm liking Miss Diggs. And her moonsault, goddamn. She got a high as I don't know what up there. Like her feet were damn near out the screen. I said, damn, she got a height on that thing. I was impressed. Jada won, and she hit her finish with a little extra onions on that because she slammed her head on that mat. I said, damn, that was extra. Right. It's cool. Um, I'm not sold on this evil guy or Naraka because I say he's trying to do something different because he wants to be the protector of Tony D'Angelo. I'm like, so he can keep his title. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, shorty. Because the first man in line is Cam Hendricks. How the hell do you get an NXT title match? Okay. Wow, T Match is in. I already got a fucking title match. I should have went to NXT for a job. Whatever. Wow, we spelled speed wrong. But Cam, he came out to say I'm here to make a show cam action, something like that. And he tried to pop Tony D when he's walking away, but Naraku saved his ass, which interesting. He said I want to be your gatekeeper, your like protector or something like that. I don't know, something protected of your title, whatever that is. Yeah, Nico, you have a right to be as dumbfounded as Izzy Dane, because Sean is a freaking bumbling idiot. I'm not talking about HBK. I'm talking about Spears, the chairman. Call himself. Romeo defeated Frazier with less than 3 seconds left. He had the shot clock cheese for real, buzzer beater style, with the most stage move of all the rest of the small package. So it'll be Lexus versus Romeo whenever that is the case. Maybe next week or something. I don't remember. Shiloh and Dempsey. Shiloh be Charlie Dempsey, and then we're gonna have a Mr. NXT pageant show in a couple weeks. Glad with that, fellas. At least something different. You know, Shell's actually kind of growing on me, but outside of that, they're men and only two people I kind of rock in the men's division, which is Shiloh Hill and Keanu Carver. Everybody else is kind of just existing or just started. I'm like Shiloh's trying with it. He's trying to be funny. That's not our truth and Danhausen comedy. Like I miss wrestlers when he was funny, but they try to take himself serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of miss those days. Like that intentionally want to make you laugh, not because they do something goofy like put a fucking phone in the fucking toaster oven. Oh my god, do you want to remember those days? I didn't want to remember that. That was the one I was like, what you fucking? They had this nigga cool in this Nick. This nigga cooling his ass off. Put a fucking phone in the fucking toaster oven. That one will always just stick at me because it's like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? The toaster. Oh my god. Anyway, let's go to AEW quick before I get really angry. Shit. I didn't see the pre-show, but I have a feeling what happened on the pre-show is what happened. I have a feeling that the girls in the 5-minute white girl tag team challenge did not last longer than 5 minutes. I'm gonna guess they lasted like 3 minutes. So it was Divine Dominion. Oh wow, they lasted 4 minutes and 46 seconds. So they lasted at least 5, almost to 5. They didn't get there enough. Oh, good. Cool. At least Zeta and Viva Van lasted longer than it was projected to be. So good for them ladies. The White Tea Comic Club defeated the Ops. Thankfully, you'd have got the pin. Oh wow! Look at that. And the Conglomeration and Boom and Doom defeated the Harley. Hey yo, nah, bro. I forgot they got the Rizzler. I forgot they got the Rizzler, yo. Wait a minute. The Bayface team beat the Shane Taylor promotion squad, so cool. All right, now let's get to the big show. Yeah, FTR versus Edge and Christian tag team title I Quit match. Christian said the most funniest thing he could possibly say. I'm not surprised he said this. He had his arm trapped in the center block, and they put a chair in it to try to make him quit, and he kept hitting it. He said, "I banged your mother." He said he tried to make him quit. He said, "I banged your mother." And I was like, "Well, damn." Out of all the things that shocked me, I didn't expect these two things to shock me the most. Beth Phoenix coming out, or Beth Copeland, as they kept mentioning. I was like, "Hey, Beth!" She comes back and gets revenge on Big Stoke. But those FTR fuckers, they wanted to put her through the table. But Beth, as resourceful as she is, moved Big Stoke in the way and had Cash spear Stoke off the table through a flaming table. Holy shit. Yes, the Annie was up with a flaming table, and Stoke and Cash did not go through that, went through that table and were set on fire. Good thing they wasn't on fire for long in a few seconds, with good gravy. Oh my god! I kept hearing that the whole night. Like, god damn. So, with the help of Beth, they got their good old pal Spike, and Beth handed over Spike, and they put Spike in Dax's face, and they made him quit while they had both submissions. I think Edge had like the cross face thing, and then Christian, I think he had like I forget what the fuck he had. He had like some sharpshooter. There you go, sharpshooter. That was like Canadian. And they won the match. They didn't say I quit. Hell of a match. Very good way to start the action. And new tag team champions can never kill the legend Edge and Christian. Can never. Good. Good job. I'll give it $5. Way to start the show. Next, we have Okada versus Takashi for international title. This one was a lie. You can feel the tension between the two opponents, to the point where they wanted to do suplexes and drop each other in the necks. But Dom was like, no, we can't do that. So Okada stopped doing it, but Takashita said, I'm not gonna listen to that, and brainbusted him onto the floor. The thing wasn't the concrete was exposed. So, but eventually Takashita got the win, pinning Okada, and is now the new international champion. But during this match, I think Takashita cursed at Don, said I'm out or something. Said something bad to him. And at the match, y'all looking at him like you's an op. Well, you about to be an op. But Kyle Fletcher came out. I'm like, oh shit, Fletcher. I thought he was gonna be gone for like the whole summer or something like that. Well, I'm glad he's back. Maybe we can have everything all solidified, everything solid and everything nice. So all the Don Kyle's family, they all get away. They're like let's go, let's leave. Cotton Tiger, Top Shield, Flesh had their moment. He dapped them up. They're having a big old hug. I'm thinking, okay, everything's all cool. Couple said everything's all good. I didn't think no one got the crew, right? No one got to leave. No one has to leave, right? And then bam! Fletcher hit a clothesline, knocking out Takashita, brainbuster in, and he is now officially out of Don Callis family. Wow. The first member of the starting lineup is now kicked out. So we had to get a new cornerback. Andrade, you've been upgraded from the slot to the number 2 corner because you need somebody tall out there. No, we gotta move somebody to safety. Star out there. Hmm. Who gonna be safety? Because I was thinking El Clone. He'd be out like a Bob Sanders type of way because he be deceptive. We might put El Clone back there as strong safety. But I think Okada's he's a free safety. Fletcher was the one corner, so I think we might have to use yeah, I think we might have to put Andrade at this other corner spot. Fletcher gonna have to run the one corner. While Okada and he can be our free safety, be like Ed Reed, you know what I'm saying, or Palomalu, whichever you want to be. And then we're gonna have to have Colombia as our strong safety. Be like our Bob Sanders, you know? Oh, he's gonna get injured. You know, you see him. So yeah. So we'll go with that. All that was $5. I knew all this was gonna happen, but damn. It was so heartbroken because I was like, damn, I thought that was your man's, Kyle. That was your man's. That was your man. I thought, you feel me? It was gonna be good, copacetic. I thought the power of friendship was gonna take over, but it didn't, and sucks, and boom. Damn it, Kyle. But good for Takashi to get the W. So $5. Next, we have Athena versus Mina Shirokano Owen Hart Tournament Classic. It was a very even match. Mina was giving a lot of offense, even though giving a lot of offense. It was a very evenly based match between the two, back and forth. Also, it won with Athena with the Eclipse old face, what I should call it now, and she will be forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion. So, and Athena won. So we'll get this one $3.50. Both ladies brought the intensity. It was a good match. None crazy. It was a good, solid wrestling. All right, Mox is O'Reilly for Continental title and no time limit. And they usually went at it, man. Kyle tried all he's done is to get the W. But Mox, he persevered, powered, and made his ass tap out. And Mox retains the Continental title. Pretty good match. A little slow sometimes, but it was still a good pace. I give this one $3.70. Give you that. Good match. And the mutual respect at the end. So, and no one got beat up, which is good. Yeah, no conglomeration, no, even when the conglomeration and the white tees came out at the match, they didn't attack each other. So just shook hands and KIM, keep it moving, Chief. All right, Small Joe versus Will Ospreay on Hard Tournament. Very good match. It was a match that I didn't know could happen if certain things didn't happen, but it happened. Um, this time Oscar was being way more aggressive. He took the fight to Joe. So I was wondering when the teachers of the white tees were gonna rub off on him. And it finally took him to this match to do it. So we're good with that. Um, he came out, the Rit tried to do the Oscar or not try to do it for no arm. Eventually, Osprey hit Joe with the hidden blade, one in the front and one in the back of their head, and knocked them out. And Osprey wins. Good. I'll get this one $3. Nothing too crazy, nothing too extravagant. Both these did their jobs. Then the vet put the fucking younger guy over. I know Joe's about to retirement too, so yeah, he's about to retire. So put Will over and go your merry way, Joe. Go be we need you in Twisted Metal. We need you as the fuck, I can't think of the goddamn name. We need him. I keep forgetting. We need him in Twisted Metal, so we do that. All right, next we have Swerve versus Bandito on Hard Tournament. This is pretty good too. The counter at the end, this blows it up because Bandito did a 21 plex on the floor, but Swerve was, I mean, on the mat. Like he picked it off on his mat and then did the plex, but couldn't really finish it because Swerve was working on his back and upper neck and spinal, all that stuff. So he couldn't really implement the full three. He had to let go at two. He was like, my shoulder. But the second time he tried to go for 21 plus while Swerve was on the ropes, Swerve caught his ass, hit the vertebreaker, and then house call for the win. Or no, he had the Swerve drive, whatever he calls it. The coolest spot of the night was Swerve. He was on Bandito's shoulders and hit the house call right in the back of his head. I said, damn, how the hell you do that? He stepped right on his shoulders and did that. That was tough. That was a new spot moment I never saw. So just for that, we'll give you $3.80. Really good match. And maybe you can get it down the line a rematch between these two, and then everybody like, I want the ROH World Championship. Something like that. Something like that. Next, we have Thekla in a four-way dance against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statland, Hikaru Shida for the women's title. When Thekla came out first, I got a little nervous. Oh shit, the chat comes out first, shit gonna go left. But it did. But the other thing did go left. Chris Statland and Hikaru Shida's alliance. I think Shida pushed Chris off of the pin and didn't like that, but later on, Sheeta got the kendo stick. And while Chris had the three, actually hit a finisher. She cracked her in the back with the damn tennis, with the freaking kendo stick, and it went off. And I was like, well, their alliance is done. And they went to fighting. So, the Thekla thankfully used her resourcefulness to take advantage of it. And I think she put Jamie Hayter, or either Hayter or Stat, one of them two. But Thekla got the win. It was a very fun four-way. I give it $4. Yes, $4. $1 for each chica. But it was a really good match. I enjoyed it. Very high pace. Now we had the most interesting stadium stampede. We had the Bucks. Y2J, The Hurt Business, Kenny Omega, and Jack Perry versus GOA, Andrade, Mark Davis, and the Dogs. The interesting part of this was Bobby running into Leo Rush, who was in his Blackheart phase, and Bobby looked like, what the hell happened to you, Leo? If they can incorporate Bobby with this, wondering how the hell did you get to this path, Leo? You know, try to bring on the Hurt Business. That could be a nice little segue. I'm glad they tied those two things together because they was aligned together. I'm wondering what the hell happened. And Bobby got to find out too because it's not the same Leo when he was the man of the hour. Now he's man of losing black stuff out his mouth. So, good tie in together. You know how they beat up the dudes back. The dude that was getting shut out. Like, but I like how Leo did help Bobby get Tolio out of the room they was in. I like how that was the case. I like how he helped out Bobby. I was like, at least he's active. We have a new weapon alert. Jericho had a bag of tennis balls. And that's so where we had Squidward tennis balls and or tortellini or pumpkins. Some of that. Like yeah, then we had then the dudes were in the cater room and Andrade, he messed up Saddam Singh's time process to eat dinner and he got put through a tape for that. And thank God Mark Davis got the way because what's that boy? Jack Perry, he tried to murder that man, try to run his ass over with a car. Crazy ass. Thank God. That'd have been insane. But thankfully it did not go down like that. Thankfully he got out of the way. I was like, told you about me, like, he got hit by a car. Oh my God. I'm like, nigga, he did not get hit by a car. I was like, he did not get hit by that car. He got out of the way. But telling me, oh my God, he just like we just saw attempted murder. Like, nigga, not to see attempted murder. Almost. Well, we saw attempted murder, but not there yet. Not there. We had a shopping cart as a weapon. GOA used it as a weapon, and so did Shelton and Bobby. At the end, Ricochet was getting his ass beat by all the peoples, all the baby faces, but Bishop Khan, he took the last bullet, and I think Jericho hit the juice effect, and he got the win. Shout out to Bishop Khan, man. That's a soldier right there. That's a true number one soldier right there. He get the good big piece of chicken and a nice side of steak. He get both of the joints because you saved his man's life. He saved his man's life. So for that right there, you get $5. We appreciate Mr. Carr for taking the sacrifice. Cause he ain't had to take it. He could just he could just let it happen, let his man's get beat. But he ain't want that to happen. He didn't want his boy to get pinned like that. So I was like, I'll eat the pin coat. I'll beat the king, man. I eat it. You be the great superstar you are, Ricochet. Well, I'll do this. I'll take one for the team. And thank goodness the dogs didn't get the pin. So we'll take that. So it was a fun match. Oh, where the hell they get that big ass tennis racket from? Where the hell Chris Jericho get that big ass tennis racket from? I know Cornette popped at that one. I know Jen Cornette was like, "Oh my God, they got a tennis racket in my fucking game. How the hell they do that shit? Get that fucking game out of here." Did they go to the tennis racket emporium in Lexington, Kentucky before they came up here to goddamn New York City? Where did they get that big ass thing in? But how they get that big ass tennis racket? They must have had it custom made or something. I don't know. That thing was enormous. In the main event, Darby vs. MJF, title versus hair. Darby wins, MJF got to shade his hair. And they try to hit the headlock takeover was quick. Darby, you're a crazy ass white boy. They had a set with the New York scaffolding things not set in the entrance. And I said, I said again, show that's a nice little setup for someone to jump off the table, jump off the top of this thing, right? I was thinking Brother Neil was not around, so I'm wondering if Darby's going to use that at the end. And they went to the barbershop chair, or the barbershop area, put MJF on the table, climbs up the freaking top of the thing from the floor, and does a coffin drop off of it. What the fuck? Crazy ass white boy type of shit. So he tried to drag Darby off. Well, try to drag him Bobby that down. Have a little struggles because he's a little younger. He's a lot bigger than our small Darby. Um, the ending sequence is nasty because MJF hit a top row tombstone and then hit him with the headlock takeover, and that hurt my neck just watching through all that. And he got the title back. So MJF, he retains. He's now a 3-time champ. But Darby's getting stretched out. And I'm like, all right, cool. He gets stretched out. That like it hurt. MJF is bloating. I thought he was about to attack him more, but Kevin Knight comes out and stops that from happening. And he goes to the top. And I'm like, what are you going to the top for? And then he does his finisher on Darby, who was on the gurney. I was like, oh, what? Kev, what the fuck? I said, damn! I'm like, nigga, I'm like, bro, what is happening? How the fuck? I didn't expect that. What damn? I literally did not expect that. I thought it was going to be just, copacetic and all, but no. No freaking way. Wow. He really did that. Wow. He really attacked Darby. I was wondering where Speedball's at, but I didn't care because at least he did something. I was like, well, gang, well, I said we needed some new main eventers in this spot this year, and Kevin Knight, he took what I said and ran with it. Ran with that motherfucker to the damn end zone, to the hillside. Yes, I didn't think that. I really didn't think. Wow, I was really surprised. Like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Damn. But yeah, so Kev, wow, I didn't expect that. That was actually a shock. I really didn't expect that then. So, yay. $5. We'll give you $5. And that's it. All the show was really good. This might be all the AEW PVs, they be getting good as shit. So yeah. Yeah, it was getting good. They usually got good shows. And you get more bang for your buck. And if you got good luck, you can check it out on a different episode. But But yeah, it was all matches pretty good. ATI was lit. Agent Chris was lit. Okada Takashi was lit. The Fatal 4 for Lace was lit. Stay and Stampede was actually very good. Darby and Jeff was lit. All the matches pretty good. Arsenal Ride, even though they ain't score high, it was pretty good still. All these matches pretty good. There's nothing that was below $3. I think, well, I know Joe might be. I know the Oz fans say, man, you ain't put him above 3.5, bruv. Like, no, nigga. Like, no, nigga. You be alright. He'll be okay. So, yeah, it was well. It was a really good show. I enjoyed it. It might be contender for pay-per-view of the year. And very so. And AEW, just keep following your momentum. Don't worry about what the Federation doing. Build your momentum by keep doing your stories and just sit back on the promos and the production. Promos production, the top things you need to worry about. If you got those two figured out, you Gucci. Anyway, be well, stay safe, survive the events, see you around for the next dance. Oh, I will put my dollar qualifications on there on the Twitters, so check out. Peace.